Hi people, today I will show you how to make a shield like this. Of course you can use and you should use a different texture because this is mine. And the glow is a post-production effect. It's not related strictly to texturing or UV mapping, but yeah, I thought it will be looking cool, so let's start. Okay, so here is a default cube. Let's just scale it a bit by Y like that, because we are making shields, so it cannot be that thick. Okay, and let's go to front view, scale by Z, something like that, and maybe by X a bit. Okay, so basically you want to achieve something similar from the demo what I showed at the beginning. Alt Z to enter X-ray, select those, remove them, and go to modifiers, and let's add a mirror, right? Because we are lazy and don't want to model too much. So yeah, I'm joking, but mirror is really helpful. So yeah, I'm just basically roughly making a shape of the mm, of the shield, right? GZ, let's set clipping. Yeah, something like that. Nice. And now Alt Z, switch to face selection. Alt click on the edge to select all those faces. Alt E, extrude along normals and just extrude it a bit like that. Okay, so I'm doing this to now make the subdivision surface, so to add more geometry here. And now what I will do is switch to edge selection like that, select this and shift select those, so only the edges. And now right click and edge crease and bump it up, okay, like that. And now I want to select this one, and this one, edge crease and bump it up like that. So I have more geometry, but I have this shape with the like more sharp corners. Okay, and I can shade smooth. It's not the best because we need more geometry. Let's add a bevel. Okay, and only a little bit, something like that. Okay, go to top view and Alt Z, want to use or hit here to change to vertices selection. Okay, select those. G, sorry, one more thing, O, and change to sphere. So we will make it rounded, like, you know, like that. Okay, it's looking nicer and it is similar to what I showed you in the demo. And now we can apply this mirror modifier. So here is our mesh, and now you can use this UV editing workspace. So as you can see, when I select everything, there is like something here, but it doesn't make sense. I want to select the back, like the back shape of the shield. So go to edge selection and alt click here. Because we have those creasing, it is not visible like usually, but it is here. Right click, mark seam, and now you should see a different color. and the seam is to basically like how we want to cut our 3D mesh to project it to 2D, like with soda can or something that you can wrap the flat surface like the print on the 3D object, so something like that. And now press U again, unwrap, and now you see what I'm talking about. So basically this maybe I'll select it like that and use this, and this will always show full UV, because if it is not selected it only show the faces that are selected, right? So yeah, okay, so this shape here is basically like that, the back, and everything else is front. So I make the front with those edges, so my design will go to those edges, and because we want to focus on front and back is not that important, you always want to place your seams in places that are less visible or not visible at all. So yeah, okay, what we can do now is select this and press L to select linked. Okay, escape or right click and press O if you have this influence selected. Okay, and I will just make it similar to the UV layout I had in demo. Okay, and like that, because I will just use my previously prepared texture to not waste time to show you some, you know, basically preparing a simple texture image. So this is our layout. Okay, and what we can do now is go here and export UV layout. Pick some location, name it export. Okay, so I'm using Affinity Photo. You can use Photoshop or GIMP or wherever you want, Krita, whatever 2D drawing application you want. And yeah, so this is the UV layout. So it is just to show me where to place basically my design, and I have prepared it already. So I'm using this image, which is like a modified version of my YouTube channel header. You have to cover those islands, and those UV like stuff like cutouts are called islands. And be aware to when making UV, try to make some space between those and always overflow it a bit. This is my design, and this is what we want to load as a texture. Of course you will use something differently, use wherever you want, and yeah, have fun. Okay, I'm back to Blender, and now I can load my design, and hopefully it will be quite matching, but probably not so well because image texture, so this dot image texture, and now open and use. Okay, I'm using my previously prepared textures. They roughly matching, but not perfectly, so I will align a bit like that, and L as back is not that important, so I'm not even bothering too much in this case. Okay, so here I have covered everything, and maybe I would just align it a little better, so like that, and just move it slightly. Okay, and we want to see it, of course, so change to this mode or this rendering. Okay, and now you basically see it, right? And go back to modifiers to enable modifiers. Sorry, not this here. Okay, so here is our front and here is our back. We want to focus on the front. Okay, so as you can see, when I go to edit mode, this is basically a 3D mesh corresponds to this island, right? So it's far from perfect, and you would like to spend more time to be more precise. Now what we can do is duplicate it, the whole object, and let's call it rim, and this will be the rim. You know what, let's remove it and add new one, it will be faster. Okay, basically that would be really simple material, so just add push the metallic a lot, something like that. And now go to edit mode, and with face selection select the like this rim basically. Now change to this vertices selection, and go to select invert. So we now have everything inside here and in back. X and remove those, right? So now we have this rim, but it is really thin and flat, so let's add a modifier, and add a modifier solidify and crank it up a bit like that. And you can maybe add bevel too, and just make it smaller. You know, you can play with those settings. And now Shift D and duplicate this rim and rename it to glow. Okay, and let's scale it a little bit like that, and go to material, sorry, and unlink it. Maybe let's remove it, new, and change this principled BSDF to emission. Crank it up quite a lot. You may want to change it to this nice bluish, something like that. And to make the glow, go to render settings. You have to use Eevee, which is this like real-time engine of Blender, and select bloom, and bam, you have the glow. But the background is not contrasting that much, so let's change it. Not here, sorry, here. So let's make it darker, but you can have some tint of a color. Okay, stuff like that. And now how to control the bloom. Basically here you have some settings and you can play with those, but also the emission of the material is important. So as you can see, I can just make it bigger or smaller. But we have here a bit, everything here is dark, so let's move that light. Okay, let's just change to layout and press here, because why not. And now you can see we have it. We may change a few things, so you can go here and go to color management. So as you can see, changing this gamma and exposure changes things a bit. You can also use curves and expand those and play with some settings, values, so you can like colorize it a bit wherever. If you want to, let's say, show to somebody without all the grids and UI elements, you can go here and basically disable all those stuff, so like that. Okay, and now it is similar to what we have in one more, the outline. Okay, so this is similar what I presented you in demo. You can also go to view, viewport, render image, and you can render it. That was pretty much it for today, so I hope you have fun and you learn something. So if so, please leave a comment below, give me a like, and if you are not already subscribed, subscribe. Maybe you have some friends that want to, or you suspect they want to learn something like that, so you can share with them. And yeah, see you next time. Bye.